What's up, YouTube? NBA Jerry here. I'm going to talk to y'all about Game 2, what I'm seeing so far in this series, and also I'm going to talk about these LeBron James haters, man. Golly, it's so funny, man. I don't know. It's weird. I've never seen a player get hated so much as LeBron. I really don't. You got people that love Michael Jordan that hate LeBron James because they don't want LeBron to be better than Jordan, or they just feel like it's disrespectful to, compare LeBron to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And they have their right to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's fun to compare players. I think it's apples and oranges, honestly, because LeBron and Jordan are just so much different. And I love the Jordan the Jordan fans who are like, oh, well, Jordan wouldn't have did this, and Jordan would have done that, and Jordan wouldn't have let this happen, and Jordan, it's just so funny. It's like, it's crazy. You're looking at this Golden State team, right? And if LeBron loses this series, and it's a good chance that he will now, because he has to win the next 4 out of 5. I'm not saying he's going to lose or win. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I predicted or guessed that Cleveland would win in 6. But who the hell knows? I'm not no future teller. I don't know, and neither does anyone else. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at this series, right, and you look at Cleveland and Golden State. Now, Game 1, I was pissed off for 2 reasons. One, because Kevin Durant is on Golden State. They had a great team. Built, not bought team. You know what I'm saying? And then they went and got Kevin Durant, and both sides to me, Kevin Durant and Golden State did some sucker shit, got together, teamed up to form a super team, and, made the league lopsided, and now, they're sweeping through the playoffs, which is stupid. It's not even no competition anymore. And people are going to blame LeBron and say he has no excuses for losing. So if he loses this series, it's because he's not good enough? I don't know. I guess he's not competitive enough. He's not good enough. He's not as good as Jordan because he couldn't beat a team with 4 All-Stars on it. And I know what people will say. Oh, if Jordan was on Cleveland, they'd beat him. Or, if, look what Jordan beat. Jordan beat the Pistons, and he beat the Lakers, and he beat this and that. Listen, it is completely different. LeBron, what he's doing right now against Golden State has nothing to do with Jordan, Magic, Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, anybody. He's going against a juggernaut, an offensive juggernaut. This team is, from top to bottom, is ridiculous, man. I mean, they swept through the Western Conference. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland is a very, very, very good team. They may be a little bit overrated because they played a lower, lesser competition in the East and things that nature. And LeBron covers up a lot of holes because he's just such a great player. Because if you took LeBron off Cleveland, they wouldn't be that good. They just wouldn't. No disrespect to Kyrie and Kevin Love, but look at their records every time LeBron sits down. And on the flip side, though, you take Kevin Durant off Golden State, they're still great. They're a great team. They're probably still the best team in the league without Kevin Durant. But when you put Kevin Durant on the team, it basically makes him unstoppable. And not only that, and I tell people this all the time, the NBA is all about matchups. And Golden State is a matchup nightmare for anybody. Okay? And I'm not sitting here making excuses. This is the truth, man. Now, I'm not mad about Game 2. Because I told you, as long as the effort was there, I'm not mad about it. But at the end of the day, Golden State has Kevin Durant, and LeBron James has to guard Kevin Durant. Yeah, Iman Shumpert guarded him a little bit, and Tristan Thompson. I started laughing when I seen Tristan Thompson on him for a minute. But Mark Jackson said, oh, when they do a screen and roll, he switches off. Tristan Thompson switches off and checks Steph Curry. Yeah, whatever. I don't want Tristan Thompson nowhere near Steph Curry, Draymond Green, or definitely not Kevin Durant. But anyways, so basically what I'm saying is LeBron has to check Kevin Durant, period, point blank. Now, LeBron may not say this for the rest of the series. He's answered it a little bit after Game 2 when he did his post-game interview. But he basically said the difference between last year and this year's Golden State Warriors is they have Kevin Durant. Okay? Kevin Durant is a great player. He's the second best player in the league on the best team in the league. Okay? Like I said before, if you put LeBron James on Golden State and put Kevin Durant on the Cavaliers, I mean, it would be a joke. You know what I'm saying? That team would be a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been mad as hell if LeBron would have left Cleveland and went over to Golden State. That would have been a bitch ass move. The same reason why I don't like Kevin Durant's ass. And I'm still telling you, at the end of this series, win, lose, or draw, I am doing a full video. I may go off on him for a week about what he did with Golden State, including Steph Curry and all the rest of them boys, and chasing them down and bring them on, on the team. But anyways, like I said, LeBron James has to guard Kevin Durant in order for him not to completely go off. Now, I got the box score up here, and I'm going to go through some stuff. Golden State is doing a great job. I'm not making any excuses about, Golden State, cheating or anything like that. They did it within the rules and stuff. They got Kevin Durant and everything else, and they're doing a really good game plan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are completely nullifying Tristan Thompson, okay? This is a make-or-miss league, okay? Golden State doesn't miss a lot of shots, okay? They have too many weapons, and you can't single cover, these offensive players. You can't single cover Steph Curry without this, because when he comes off a screen, you got to step up with him. If Kevin Durant goes to the basket, you got to double team him. You got to double team guys, and people are going to be open, and they have so many weapons that they have so many open shots with very high-skilled players that can hit these shots. And what they're doing is they're making them. And it's a make-or-miss league. And also, this league is about matchups, like I said before, which is they're a matchup night for anybody, because we can't match up with them, and they can match up with us. Meaning, Kevin Durant doesn't have to guard LeBron. LeBron has to guard Kevin Durant. Steph Curry doesn't have to guard Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie has to guard Steph Curry. So, of course, these guys are tired because Kyrie Irving is tired because he has to chase Steph Curry around, because Steph Curry is a hell of a player. He's probably the second best point guard in the league behind Westbrook, in my eyes. He's a ball handler. He's a shooter. I mean, you have to be on your P's and Q's at all time with Steph Curry, because at any second he can pull up a three. You got to watch out for the screens. That shit is tiring for Kyrie Irving. And then he's got to come down and be the second leading scorer. He's got to average 25-plus points for us to even have a chance. And then with LeBron, Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. Do-It-Everything, he has to guard the most potent offensive player in the league and one of the top 3 or 4 offensive players this league has ever seen. And then he has to do everything else. So they're a matchup problem. But what Golden State is doing very, very well is they are limiting Tristan Thompson. I mean, Tristan Thompson yesterday had 4 rebounds, man. I think the game before that he had 4 rebounds too, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got 8 rebounds total. Tristan Thompson, I hate to say this, man, but he's a liability for us right now, and they may have to change the lineup if we keep Tristan Thompson in. I mean, look at when he catches the ball in the paint. I'm talking about not right under the rim, but in between the foul line and the rim. He's absolutely no good. He either fumbles the ball, he tries to do a little baby hook. He's just not a reliable shooter, or he doesn't have offensive skills to score in that area. He just doesn't. What he does is he gets alley-oops, which they're limiting him to do that because they have too many good athletes. He's not getting any offensive rebounds, so he can't do any putback dunks. And then usually we'll give him a pass in the paint, and then he'll dunk it, but he's not getting those either. So they're doing a great job, man, because they have the personnel to do that. Golden State they just do. You know what I'm saying? That's not an excuse. That's just what it is, man. That doesn't mean, if LeBron James loses a series, that doesn't mean he's not a great player, or he's not good enough, or Kevin Durant's better, or Steph Curry's better. It's just that they are on an all-time great team, and that great team picked up Kevin Durant. At the end of the day, they picked up Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant was not playing and Golden State beat LeBron James, I would still be mad. But I would say, man, LeBron, you could have beat this team. Even though, like I said, Golden State is better without Kevin Durant. They still are the best team in the league because they were 73-9 without him. I know they lost a couple pieces. They lost Bogut. and Harrison Barnes and things like that. But for the most part, their core dudes are the same. For people to say LeBron doesn't have any excuses, how no? People that say that are basically, you're a LeBron hater. Okay, period, point blank. The only way I won't give him an excuse if he plays bad. If anybody says that his stats don't mean, I heard somebody very, very smart who knows a lot about basketball. I ain't gonna say his name, okay? And you know who you are because you watch my videos. And somebody pointed out that you was talking a little smack about me. So I checked out a couple of your videos, and he said something real stupid. He said empty stats. You know how somebody gets a triple-double and James Harden or Westbrook gets empty stats? Dude, what fucking game are you watching? If you say LeBron James' stats were empty last night, then you're just a hater and you don't like LeBron and you're just trying to protect Jordan's legacy. Because that was stupid to say that. That LeBron James' stats were empty. I mean, watch the game. Just because you lose a game, now the triple-double he had against Boston, when they lost that game, those were empty. You could tell he had his body language, he wasn't into the game. LeBron was trying to win the game last night. But, folks, he's not Michael Jordan. Okay? He doesn't win a game like Michael Jordan. People want him to turn it on and say, all right, man, I'm going to score. LeBron only did that like one time against the Detroit Pistons back in 2007. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is not that type of guy. Can he score? Yeah, he can. But LeBron makes all the right plays. I mean, look at the game. Watch the game again and look what he was doing. Did he make a couple of mistakes? Sure, he had some turnovers and he stopped at one play and started arguing with the referees and shit like that. He didn't have a perfect game, but I'm not going to sit here and say that man played bad or his stats are empty or didn't mean shit because they got blown out by 19. Because that's just stupid to say that. And you're a hater to say that. I mean, straight up and down, man. LeBron James played a great game against a great team, and he lost. Simple as that. LeBron was the best player on the floor in Game 2. Game 1, he was not. Kevin Durant was. Okay? And I'll say that as a LeBron James fan. Now, also, I also told you guys this too. When you're listening to people talk, I mean, and when they speak in generalities and they're always talking about this person or that person, they're always talking down on them, try to be objective, man. Listen to them and say, man, is this person just really just a hater or what? You got to know where people are coming from, man. And it's hard for somebody to be objective when they're hating or trying to protect another player or hating on that player. It just is, and it's crazy. So anyways, I'm looking at these box scores. So let's look at Cleveland, all right? LeBron James, 39 minutes. He was 12 for 18 from the field, 66%, 33% from 3, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, 11 boards, 14 assists. He turned the ball over 4 times. He had 3 steals. He had a block, and he had 29 points. Late in the fourth, he wasn't that aggressive with his scoring. I think he only had a few baskets in the fourth quarter. He didn't have many points in the fourth quarter. But he still was making all the right plays. So that's one player in double figures for us, for Cleveland. Second player was Kevin Love. 30 minutes. He was 12 for 23, 52%. 28% from three-point line. He was, 100% from the free throw line, 1 for 1. He had 7 boards, no assists. That's not his game assist. He only had 1 turnover. He had 2 steals, no blocks, and 27 points. Pretty damn good. Great. Kevin Love had a great game. Except I want him to post up a little bit more. He's shooting a lot of jumpers. And I want 3 or 4 of those jumpers to turn around and have his back to the basket and go straight into the basket. Because at one time, and this is what I tell you about matchups. Kevin Love is a great player. He really is. He can't jump that high. He's not that athletic, but he's a great player. Okay. He called for the ball. He wanted Kevin Durant one-on-one, and he was posting him, and he turned around and Kevin Durant just blocked him because Kevin Durant's a great player. That wouldn't have happened last year if Kevin Durant wasn't on the team. So all these 19-point wins and these 23-point wins, those difference in those points are because of Kevin Durant. Bottom line. So anyways, our third player in double figures, and he didn't have a great game, was Kyrie Irving. He was 8 for 23, 35% from the field, 33% from three-point line, 50% from the free throw line, 1 for 2, 7 assists. He had 2 steals, 3 turnovers, and he had 19 points. He didn't have a good game, man. He just didn't. But he'll get it going. He will get it going. Then we got, Richard Jefferson. He had 7 points. Who we got else? Kyle Korver. He had 8 points. He hit some shots. and stuff like that. Iman Shumpert, he played good for a second. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you who pissed me off yesterday was fucking J.R. Smith. Man, get his... I swear to God, I'd rather start Iman Shumpert over J.R. Smith. He was doing some stupid shit last night. Dumb fouls. Now, he played stupid. He was the J.R. Smith that I don't want to come nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? He was killing me, man. He really did. And he had a donut. He had 0 points. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's that's only, the players had double figures. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at Golden State. Okay? Kevin Durant. 40 minutes. 13 from 22. 59%. That's a hell of a shooting percentage. 50% from 3. 100% from the free throw line. 1 for 1. 13 boards. 6 assists. 3 turnovers. 3 steals. 5 blocks. Great help defender. He had a great all-around game. 33 points. Okay? I mean, you look at that stat sheet right there, man. And that's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is a great player. Second player in double figures. You got Draymond Green, 24 minutes. I'm not going to say all these stats. So, he shot 50% from the field. He had 12 points. You know what I'm saying? Not a great game. He didn't play that much because he was in foul trouble. And to me, he should have got at least one technical foul, because 2 or 3 of them fouls, he was just saying "fuck you" and swigging his hand at the referee and all that bullshit. I think he should have got a T, but he didn't. So he had 12. Then Klay Thompson broke out of his shell. He shot very well from the field. He had 22 points. Then obviously Steph Curry, he went off 32 points. He got so many fucking free throws. I mean, every time I looked up, the nigga was on the free throw line. Andre Iguodala, he played good off the bench. I don't go by his points. I go by his all-around floor game. He's a really good player. Sean Livingston off the bench, he had 10 points. Ian Clark had 10 points. So the bottom line here, folks, is Golden State has better players than Cleveland. Okay? So for somebody to say LeBron doesn't have an excuse if he loses, no. LeBron wouldn't have an excuse if he lost to Boston. LeBron wouldn't have an excuse if he lost to Toronto. He wouldn't have an excuse if he lost to the Pistons or the Pacers or anybody else. He does have an excuse to lose to Golden State because Golden State's better. And they got Kevin Durant. It's one of the greatest teams ever assembled. What are y'all talking about? And here's what I want to ask. This is my question to everybody. I want to leave a comment. I want y'all to leave a comment for me. I got 2 questions for you. One is, what is LeBron James supposed to do differently than he's doing now to win the championship? That's number 1, to beat Golden State. What is he supposed to do different? And number 2, do you guys really think that if Jordan was on this team now, on the Cleveland Cavaliers, or the Bulls, even if he had his old Bulls team, do you think they'd beat Golden State? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. But at the end of the day, guys, when you're listening to people talk, and people talking about empty stats and Jordan wouldn't do this and Jordan wouldn't do that, they're full of shit. And I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, because there's one dude that I'm talking about, he really knows basketball. He's probably about around my age. He knows basketball, but for some reason he's just so hating on LeBron because of the media is hating him so much. Listen, guys. When Jordan played, the media hyped Jordan up too. Okay? You have every right in the world to hate on whoever you want. If you don't like LeBron or Jordan, whoever you don't like, fine, don't like them. But don't sit here and give these young people bullshit ideas or bullshit rhetoric that LeBron James is not an all-time great. First of all, and like I said, it's everybody's opinion or whatever. But to say that LeBron hasn't passed Magic Johnson is ridiculous. LeBron is a better basketball player than Magic Johnson. I don't know if you want to go by accolades or just a better basketball player. This is how I go by. If I was building a team, who would I pick first, Magic or LeBron? I'd pick LeBron. Period, point blank. Now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain or Jordan, that's another story. Okay? I'd have to really sit and think about that, about how I'd want to build my team. Because those 4 guys right there, I mean, you got Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain is probably the most unstoppable force basketball has ever seen. The man scored 100 points in one game. He averaged 50 points. He averaged 20-something plus rebounds many seasons, and he never fouled out of a game. This is when, basketball was tough and rough back then. You know what I'm saying? So he's the most physically gifted player ever played a game. But No disrespect to Magic Johnson or Larry Bird, but I would pick LeBron James over Magic Johnson or Larry Bird because there's nothing those two guys could do that LeBron can't. I'm sorry. I mean, I know Larry Bird was a better shooter than LeBron, and that's not detriment to Magic, okay, or knock on Larry Bird or anything, saying I would pick LeBron over those two, okay. But if that's just my personal opinion. LeBron James is that great. So, like I said, answer those two questions for me in the comment section. What is LeBron James supposed to do different to beat this Golden State team? And do you think Michael Jordan, either A, on this Cleveland Cavaliers team, could beat Golden State, or with his 72-10 Bulls team, could he beat Golden State? Tell me how and why, all right? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated. And everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.